I'm going to read both. I'm going to read both questions. So, because there's a lot of questions that you didn't write down that's on here. Okay, y'all. So, sorry about that, y'all. Y'all know I'm all over the place. Okay. So, the first question is, does Juju see Summer? Danny already answered that question. She was hyped to tell y'all no. The second question is, how is Papa and do you see the other kids? Papa is good, y'all. He's doing very, very good. Both my kids are on the honor roll, whether I'm in their life or not, they're on the honor roll.
Well, why ain't you in their life though?
Why are you putting Puff in the puffer? Do I see the other kids? No. My oldest one I don't see. I'm working on that relationship with him. Pop, I rarely see. But that's something that's out of my control. You know, he's with Juju, so. And the baby I gave her for adoption, of course. In the process of, you know, I'm about to start trying to get that situation taken care of. Well, not taken care of, but pretty much to try to be in his life, see what's going on. Take baby steps, because I don't know if I'm 100% ready for that just yet.
Well, you should have thought about that before you got pregnant.
So I will take those proper steps to just, you know, see how he's doing and stuff. Do you miss Michelle?
Yes.
Do I miss Michelle?
Yes.
No. Do I sometimes think about, like, I don't know, like fun times we had in the past? Sometimes I do, I'm gonna be honest. But do I miss her? I wouldn't say I miss her. I feel like too much has happened.
How could you say you didn't miss Michelle when she really wasn't a bad person? She pretty much was doing what, you know, Queep Opp wanted to do because she was in love with her. And you're saying you don't miss somebody that was good to you?
For that kind of feeling to be valid.
Wow.
Somebody. Do you see you and Michelle ever being cool again? I think that kind of go into what I just said. No, I don't see us being cool again. I feel like at the end of the day, not even Queep Opp and Chelle, but Sierra and Michelle were both overly grown. Eventually it had to come to an end.
Because you did so much.
To end like this, I always want us to end on good terms. I've even spoke on, you know, getting her own little place so that she wouldn't have to go back and be, you know, pushing 40, living with her parents and stuff. But it just, things didn't happen that way. But now I don't see us being cool again. I feel like
you messed her up too bad.
They should have happened. That's just how I feel.
Things happened the way they should have happened. Wow. Okay. Well, you'll, I guess, explain in another question how that can possibly be normal what you did to Shelly. Like, let's make it make sense.
Things played out the way they were supposed to, for whatever reason.
Wow.
What app are you going live on? I'm not sure yet, but it's either going to be between, I'll let you know at the last minute because people hate me, so they were trying to email the apps and all that. So just follow my IG, this YouTube channel, and I'm going to let y'all know, you know, that way. Do you feel bad the way you treated Michelle?
Same question. And she's saying gonna give you the same answer. Not at all.
Clipper.
It's sad.
Do I the question was, do I feel bad for the way I treated Michelle? The answer is no. I feel bad for putting my hands on Michelle because in reality my hands shouldn't go on nobody, whether it's out of frustration, anger.
But you still don't see nothing wrong in it though.
On the live, at the end of the day, my hand should never went on her. So yes, I feel bad for putting my hands on her. As far as the lives and the skits and stuff go, I feel like
she misses Michelle. She's not gonna say it. But I also think that she has a lot of regrets for what she did, and she's not gonna admit that because it doesn't go with the image, but it's really messed up that she couldn't be a woman, somebody that's supposed to be in the counseling, that just couldn't just say, I'm gonna put my guard down and just, that's a sensitive topic, and just say it was wrong. And yes, I do miss the friendship, and I'm never gonna probably find a friendship like that, because she's definitely not gonna find that in Danny, because I'm quite sure we can only imagine what happens behind closed doors, especially with DV between the two of these two.
A lot of what y'all saw, whether y'all want to believe it or not,
was skits. We know.
Talked about prior to the live. I would say I'm almost a social media genius, but I'm not even gonna be modest. I'm a social media genius.
Oh, really?
Once I find a formula.
Put it in the comment section if you knew that she was a social media genius, because she's about to get ready to scam people. Because soon as people start critiquing her YouTube videos, she's gonna stop paying for private lives. Oh, you're really a genius. Wow. I want to be just like you, Queep Opp.
I run with it. So I'm not even gonna get into
That's
too many
what
details.
got you in trouble.
85% of Queep Opp and Chelle's content was discussed before the live. Whether when we got on live, somebody switched up for whatever reason. Oh, I can't really speak on why
Chelle
that
was.
happened, but what was the question again?
Wow.
85. Yeah, because I'm 85. The other 15% was people emotions getting involved and stuff like that. So 85% of everything was talked about prior to live. Yes. What?
Yeah. Go ahead, Danny. Tell it. You've been drinking.
So yeah, a lot of things were skits that probably went too far, or
Why don't she let Danny talk? Danny been drinking. She'll speak a sober tongue if you're not gonna. It's supposed to be a Q&A, but not a Q&A of a bunch of lies and BS.
Me getting on live, feeling a kind of way about something, and letting my emotions make me put my hands on somebody, period. And I was wrong, period.
Go ahead, tell it, Danny.
She played a part in that as well.
No, she definitely played a part in it.
Be quiet,
and let me
Danny.
say this, guys. This is something that y'all not going to want to hear. Nobody's innocent on either side. Now, her part might not have been physical, but she had wrongdoings in the Queep Opp and Chelle show, and she had wrongdoings in Sierra and Michelle's friendship.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
There was wrongdoings on both sides. It's just that mine came out physically.
Right.
And this goes back to before I even thought about doing social media.
Right, it's like, it just seemed like you're trying to take the brunt of the
Yeah, she needs to take the blame for it, Danny. You lay with her. That's the reason why you're trying to cover it up. You didn't like Michelle. You wanted her out the picture, so you didn't care what happened to her. So let's keep it real, okay? Mrs. looking like you're losing all your teeth over there.
responsibility for the accountability.
No, I'm taking accountability for.
I get you're taking accountability for your
what I did for my part.
Yeah, being physical, but what happens when those physical marks go away and the things that she did mentally and subconsciously and all those things are still there? Like, bro, like you
but even still, that don't mean put your hands on nobody. Like I said, there were wrongdoings.
No,
on
well,
both
why
sides.
are you saying what you're saying then, Danny?
I mean, are we gonna sit here and be like, oh, who did more? No, there was wrongdoings on both sides. Like I said, mine was just physical. Nobody just woke up and said, oh my God, I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna punch on you. And I'm not saying hitting anybody is right. I just said I was wrong, period, no matter which way you spin it. But
do you think that Chelle ever woke up any day and said, I want to do a skit where I'm in a dog cage eating or dog mess? Who just wakes up and says, I want to be the brunt of the joke, I want to be the brunt of the skit? Michelle didn't wake up, I'm quite sure, and want to be in that position. That was all Queep Opp.
she did things, and out of emotion,
You
she
acted
was
on
hit.
it. Wow.
Now, as far as things on live, a lot of the times we knew what got you guys going. So we would discuss, like, listen, you gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Ooh, you say this to piss me off. They're gonna get to telling me what you said in the comments. I'm gonna da-da-da-da. And then when we go on live, shit,
Yeah, you got
go
way
a whole
out of
nother way.
control with it though.
But even in some of the hitting her on live, some of it might have went too far, but she was in agreement to a lot of that. And let me also clock this T. You guys are not going to want to hear this, but Michelle is not slow. She doesn't have a disability that was proven in court. There is no way possible that you guys were sending in all the evidence y'all was sending in. The case got opened in July. You guys were still sending in videos trying to get me through under the jail, which respectfully y'all can do what y'all want, you know, it is what it is. But y'all was still sending in videos.
Being in love can make you slow or appear to be slow. She was definitely in love. She definitely or loved you. You knew that, and you took advantage of it, and you know that you took advantage of it. So you can make it seem like you're ha and us in our face, but you did some things that were the unthinkable. You even got kicked off of a platform where they let anything go. And I'm not gonna name drop that platform, but you know, and everybody that's listening to me knows the platform that she was making big time money on, and those skits were going way too far. So whether she wants to believe it or not, that what she did to Michelle was wrong, it was wrong. Whatever how she looks at it, whatever how she spends it.
Videos, evidence, and we got the verdict. We got 6 months probation. Whether y'all want to believe, oh, the courts made me go to therapy, they
Why
didn't.
would you
they
even
did,
get
say,
6 months of probation?
Therapy, but it ended up being what I needed.
For doing nothing wrong.
It's not that deep. There's nothing to lie about. The case is over. I moved on. I'm in a new house. I'm in a new place.
What happened? It was over there. We got off probation.
We got off probation in September.
Okay. And what month is this?
This is December.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. I was never court ordered to go to therapy. I chose to go on my own, whether y'all believe it or not. But like I said, she's not slow. So the narrative that's out about me abusing somebody that's slow, that's false. If we would have abused somebody that...
Okay, the narrative is now that you was abusing somebody who feared you. You don't have to be slow to be fearing somebody. You could just be scared of the person, and you're allowing them to do things to you because you have no control over it. And especially when Danny came in the situation, she definitely had no control over what was going on with her. She was actually outnumbered.
Disability, and it was proven in the court that she had a disability, or we would have been in a lot more trouble. Nobody would have... We got slaps on the wrist. I don't know nobody that abuses a mentally challenged person and just get a slap on the wrist. And I have priors. This was Danny's first offense. I have priors. I've been to jail before. I've been locked up several times. I have priors. I would have been under the jail.
That's another thing. All you, this first offense. Never been in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Danny, hush now and drink your 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 wine, please. Okay?
If that was the case, we would have been in a whole lot of trouble.
Facts.
They don't care about that.
They really don't.
I would have lost my job.
And they evaluated her. Facts. And then let me also say this, because I was seeing this too. Oh, she didn't come to court. She came to court. Michelle came to court with her family. They was there to support her. She looked like she didn't want to be there, but she still came. Which she gotta, she can come, but, and this is how I know y'all don't know how the court stuff works. It does not matter if the victim shows up. That has nothing to do with the verdict. That has nothing to do with the sentence.
Commonwealth.
She could have showed up, not showed up. The state would have still, the state picked up the case.
Commonwealth, whatever.
Facts.
She didn't have to show up.
Out of her hand.
So, but yeah, so that's that.
She may want to see you, Queen Opp.
How is life without Michelle? Peaceful. peaceful. And like I said, I'm not saying some of those problems I didn't bring on myself by doing the things that I was doing on live. But all of those things I didn't do on my own. Some of those things was both of us, and then she switched up when we got on live. And it made things get worse. But life is peaceful. I'm happy. I'm working on my relationship with my children, with my fiance. You know,
we all know that Queep Opp would not be on this live or any social media platform unless she had a duo. If somebody that was alongside with her, like Michelle. Now, I'm not trying to say Danny's like Michelle, because she's not at all. But she wouldn't be up there by herself doing this solo. She has to have someone that's going to co-sign her mess in order for her to get up here and even talk. Keep that in mind. But you're going to see how, and this is just my opinion, this behavior is going to spiral back to where it was. As soon as she starts to get the following, the attention, she's gonna mess her bag up again. She's gonna let it get to her head. She's not gonna realize that if she does the right thing, here on YouTube, this is where the real bag's at. But she's not gonna realize that because she's got so much ghetto in her that she's just gonna look at the clout and the what she's getting from knowing that people know who she is, and that rush. It's like, drugs. And she's just gonna be out of control. I just hope that nothing bad happens even worse than what happened with Michelle. I hope they don't find somebody else, convince them to come stay there, which I don't think they would. But I just hope nobody gets hurt in that couple, because I don't really think that Danny's comfortable with this whole situation, but she's dealing with it.
I just feel like I'm at a good space in my life to be able to fix relationships that's important to me. So yeah, how you feel like life is without her?
She don't know. She drunk half the time.
Well, you weren't really around that long. Do you ever wish things could have turned out differently with Michelle? I do. I wish things didn't have to go I wish things didn't go the way they did, because I never wanted us to end our friendship beefing. We was friends too long for that. You don't just be friends with somebody for 15, 16 years and then just be people locked up and beefing. You know what I'm saying? It's pointless. The friendship was pointless then, right? But so yes, I do wish things could have ended up differently. Why did you stay with Danny after she beat your best friend like that?
She didn't care.
Why did I stay with Danny if she beat her like that?
Beat her like what? What they talking about?
I guess when you hit her on the live.
You know what? This is so funny because, Queep Opp might be a beautiful girl to some. I think she's very beautiful. But her insides are not. And I feel like she kind of sort of was enjoying what Danny was doing to Chelle. And, this Q&A, she's trying to be as serious she can be. But at the same time, she really doesn't care. Like she said, she got a slap on her wrist. She didn't have to do no jail time. And it also goes to show that, you gotta deal with people with a long handling spoon and understand that this is entertainment to a certain extent. But at the same time, you can put all your blood, sweat, and tears into trying to make an example out of somebody, and look at where they end up back on social media, where they're gonna, it's like a duplicate. They're gonna duplicate what they did, and it's probably gonna be on steroids this time. Michelle just won't be there.
I don't know how to answer that.
They talking to you, because it's not like, first of all, it's not like I just like she say, to quote, woke up one day and just said, you know what, boom, boom, boom. No, it's a lot of things. It's a lot. And again, it does not excuse my actions. But it's a lot of things that went on behind the scenes that you guys had no clue about. Nothing about.
Oh, they're such liars.
Know, like me, I'm from a city that, and I grew up like
space, babe. So you gotta keep it short.
I feel you, but start trying you know what I mean, you react, right? And I haven't had to do that in so long because I separated myself from that. But what was the question again?
Why did I?
Wow, she forgot the question, but she's talking though.
Yeah, I mean, she would do a lot of things.
And listen, I can admit, Michelle would do things behind the scenes to Danny. Like, she would even come to me and tell me Danny tried to watch a movie with me and stuff like that. And whole time, I'm literally I can see from the bathroom to the living room. Like, I can see from the bathroom to my room. My old apartment was so small. Not the last one, but the one before that.
Oh,
you could literally be in one room and see everything. So she lied about a lot of stuff. She was trying to break me and Danny up. Because
that you would think that if you didn't know these two, that they were talking about a kid or a pet. Like a pet. Like, are you serious? Like, this is an adult that you're talking about. You had to discipline?
And a lot of things, and one thing that I do want to speak on, is that they're going to say is that when me and you got into it, you might have put the battery in her back. But she is a
Oh, here we go. They rehearsed
But
this.
listen, but Michelle, listen. Michelle has her own mind. It doesn't matter.
She always did
the Michelle y'all seen is not the real Michelle.
Right.
Michelle done told y'all on live a million
Really?
times, I do what works for me.
Right. That's why none of that never pressed me. That's why when y'all was saying, "Oh well, she told her to do it," I never said nothing to my girl because I know what's going on behind the scenes. I know what the real. I mean,
is this a Q&A or a bash session? Ooh, child, they're getting really into it. Just stick with the Q&A. Don't incriminate yourself.
Why?
And let me just say this, right? The next question is, do I feel like social media ruined me and Michelle's friendship?
Yep.
The answer to that is no. Reason being because I didn't go by, it might have put the nail in the coffin, but I forgave Michelle for a lot of stuff y'all don't even know about. Her trying to sleep with men that I didn't slept with, or she thought I slept with or was talking to. Her stealing money from me when I was stripping.
She's probably telling the truth to a certain extent about the social media situation, because that's why it's making it that easy for her to, let the kids go, because she can't do social media and be a mother. So, it's the same thing with a friendship. You can't be a loyal friend and do social media. So, it goes hand in hand. So I believe she's telling the truth about that, but it's sick. It's really sick. It's sick on all levels.
All of these things, and then y'all say in her defense, instead of holding her accountable, y'all say, well, why didn't you put her out? She never wanted to leave. She told me a lot of horror stories about her family. The family that y'all so happy she's back with. She told me so much stuff. And I know Michelle, I know when Michelle is lying and when she's not lying. The stuff she told me about them, she wasn't lying about. I know everything she said was facts. So I didn't put her out because at the time I cared about her and I had love for her and I didn't want her going back somewhere she didn't want to go. But it was a lot of wear and tear, and then what hurt me the most.
But then you let her stay there and you mistreat her.
Was when I was pregnant with my daughter, and she didn't even acknowledge the fact that I was pregnant with my daughter. I'm walking around. Number one, I've been taking care of you for 15 years, 16 years, without asking you for a penny. Well, no, the first year and a half she was paying half the rent. She was doing she had a little job. We worked at the same job, but it hurt me because it's like
She couldn't help but pay half the rent because, like, the money she was getting off that platform, remember, guys, she was taking all of the money, keeping it, and calling herself paying the bills and taking care of herself and Michelle with it. So, like, come on, let's make it make sense. Come on, we were there, sis.
pregnant with my daughter. You know how bad I wanted a girl. And you not even saying nothing. You ain't saying, damn, your stomach getting bigger. You ain't saying, oh my God, it's a girl. You know, like she just acted like I wasn't even pregnant. Like, we're supposed to be best friends.
Right.
Like, how do you not even acknowledge the fact that I'm pregnant? Or, you know what I'm saying? Even when we went out baby shopping, she just sat up there with an attitude. I just didn't understand. Like, even when I was showing my baby on live, I mean, my baby clothes on live, she would throw shade. And I just was like, wow. Because when we're off live, how was she when we was off live? She would be up underneath me, wanting to watch movies. Like, it just made, it used to just, it got to the point where I don't even know if maybe I did start, like, I'm not gonna say hating her, but just, I don't know. The love just went away because it's just like, off live, you're up underneath me, you telling me you love me, this, that, and the third, but on live, you painting me to be this monster, knowing you be in on.
You had a replacement, Danny.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could tell you a million stories on things that she's came up with, and I think it's some sick.
Well, there'll be a part 2 to this Q&A, and we already see she's not gonna come clean about anything that she was really wrong for doing to Shelly. I call her Shelly, Michelle. You know, we all got nicknames for her, but she's better off with, even if she's back with her family, she's better off being where she's at than being with them too. I believe that because they got a slap on her wrist, that they would definitely do her dirty again.